Karen Jane Allen was born in Carrollton, rural southern Illinois, to Patricia Howell, a teacher, and Carol Thompson Allen, an FBI agent. Karen spent her first 10 years traveling around the country with her parents and two sisters. She was always the new girl in school. Acting did not really cross Karen's mind until her early 20s when she saw a Jerry Grotowski theater production that impressed her so much she instantly decided to give it a shot. She trained as a classical actress and enrolled at the Actors Studio and with Lee Strasberg in New York. During this period she made several student films and directed and acted in several plays. In 1976 she made her first film appearance in the award-winning small film, The Widgetmaker, 1976. Her first major film role came as Katie in 1978's National Lampoon's Animal House, 1978, which became one of the biggest hits of the year, obtained classic status and launched a whole host of young, hot stars. However, shortly after Animal House 1978 opened, Karen was struck by a rare and dangerous eyesight condition called keratoconjunctivitis. Luckily, the condition subsided and Karen could continue her dramatic rise to the top. Lead roles in cult favorites like The Wanderers 1979 and the controversial thriller Cruising 1980 followed, as did smaller parts as in Woody Allen's Manhattan 1979. However, it was her performance in Rob Cohen's A Small Circle of Friends 1980, as well as her previously mentioned turn in Animal House 1978, that caught the eye of a certain Steven Spielberg. He then cast her as the feisty heroine and Harrison Ford's co-star in his big-budget blockbuster Raiders of the Lost Ark 1981, which became a huge hit in 1981-82 and is regarded by many as the greatest action-adventure film ever made. Strangely, following the huge success of Raiders of the Lost Ark 1981, Karen chose to spend over 2 years out of the limelight, concentrating on smaller, more personal projects. She won a major award for her performances on Broadway, won critical acclaim for her creation of Abra in the hugely successful ABC production of East of Eden 1981, and had parts in two smaller films, Alan Parker's Shoot the Moon 1982 and Split Image 1982, co-starring James Woods and Peter Fonda. She returned to the mainstream in 1984 with Until September 1984 and Starman 1984, co-starring Jeff Bridges and directed by John Carpenter of Halloween 1978 fame, but once again decided to leave the limelight for a couple of years doing more stage work and some troubled indie films. While Karen has worked almost constantly since then, giving notable performances in Paul Newman's screen adaptation of The Glass Menagerie, 1987, the Christmas hit Scrooged, 1988,